Fred Hetzel. He made the All-Rookie team in 1966, but that's about it. He was a career...
Almost every Warriors fan believes that GSW has built dynasties through smart scouting and bold trades. However, the team's history with #1 overall picks says a whole different story. From forgotten names to all-time legends, these players built and sometimes shook the franchise's path. Let's start with Fred Hetzel. He was the Warriors' #1 overall pick in 1965, fresh off an All-American career at Davidson. Scouts used to see him as the safe and trustworthy choice to carry San Francisco's lineup through the mid-60s. Though the expectations were high for the 6 feet 8 inches forward, things turned out a little out of order. Hetzel averaged just 6.8 points and 3.9 rebounds during his rookie season. Later, he showed some flashes of wonder and even made the 1966 NBA All-Rookie team, but he never became the centerpiece San Francisco hoped for. Until the 1968 draft expansion, he stayed in the Warriors camp. Then the Milwaukee Bucks selected him, and that marked the end of his Warriors tenure after a brief, underwhelming stint. From there, Hetzel bounced around the league and played for Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. His scoring peaked at 11.2 points per game with the Royals, but his career never rose beyond role player status. He was out of the NBA entirely by 1971. Today, Hetzel stands as the most forgotten #1 in franchise history.
Golden State selects 7 foot, 230 pound Purdue star Joe Barry Carroll.
Mark Aguirre of DePaul.
Next on the list is Joe Barry Carroll. The Warriors drafted this talented 7-footer from Purdue in 1980 as the supposed answer to their need for a franchise center. On paper, Carroll delivered solid numbers. He averaged 20 points and 8 rebounds in multiple seasons. However, you won't be convinced by those numbers once you learn the secret to his nickname, Joe Barely Cares. Carroll quickly earned that because fans and analysts were not at all happy with his ignorant and lazy approach. Indeed, he wasn't a bust in pure production, but he never became a mainspring. His career stretched 11 seasons, which included stints with New Jersey, Denver, and Phoenix. By the time he left Golden State, the franchise was still searching for an identity. Overall, Carroll's story isn't about failing talent. It's about a player who never matched expectations of leadership and competitiveness that come with being a top pick. Moving on to the next, the Warriors again turned to a #1 overall in 1995. The front office selected Maryland star Joe Smith.
The second pick in the 1995 NBA draft goes to the Los Angeles Clippers. And that means that the Golden State Warriors will pick first in the 1995 NBA draft.
As a rookie, he looked like a promising selection whose average was 15.3 points and 8.7 rebounds. Smith earned all-rookie first-team honors and finished second in Rookie of the Year voting. However, the optimism didn't last. Clashes with coaches and management soured the relationship by his third season. Midway through the 1997-98 campaign, Smith was dealt to Minnesota in a multiplayer trade that included Warriors veteran Chris Mullin. What followed was a winding career path.
Joe Smith from the University of Maryland.
Well, you have to like the choice. They need rebounding, shot blocking, a coachable player. He's got outstanding leaping ability, great quickness, and a terrific low box game.
Any surprise to you, Rick Pitino?
Smith went on to play for 12 different teams, across 16 seasons and carved out a role as a steady but unspectacular forward. His time in Minnesota also became infamous. An under-the-table contract deal cost the Timberwolves multiple draft picks and made headlines for years. Smith's short stint is remembered as a lost opportunity for Golden State. That time, the franchise was in a dire need for stability. Given the scenario, his departure left the Warriors in continued turmoil through the 90s.
As you see, the rebounding and the shot blocking abilities needs to get stronger, don't we all? And Craig Sager standing by to talk to Joe Smith.
The Naismith Player of the Year, the #1 pick in the entire draft. Is this a dream come true, or is this an unbelievable surprise?
It's a dream come true, more than a surprise. I worked very hard for it, and it's a great accomplishment for myself. I'm all choked up a little bit right now, but it's a great accomplishment for myself.
All right, we saw.
Did you know before the franchise became the Golden State Warriors, they were the Philadelphia Warriors? They secured one of the most dominant players in history through the territorial draft in 1959, Wilt Chamberlain, who met expectations and literally obliterated them. When he was a rookie, he averaged 37.6 points and 27 rebounds, which made him the rare player to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same season. He filled arenas and redefined dominance in basketball.
Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors had a season for the ages, the most dominant year by a player in the NBA, if not any sport. Chamberlain averaged over 50 points.
His highs came during his Warriors tenure. In 1962, he scored 100 points in a single game against the Knicks, and that record still stands. That same season, he averaged an astonishing 50.4 points per game. It was another mark never approached since. However, it was not all sunshine and roses. Exasperated with ownership and undesired spotlight, Chamberlain got traded to the Philadelphia 76ers by 1965. Much of his later legacy, including the 1967 and 1972 championships, more MVPs, and his place in the greatest of all time debate came after leaving the Warriors. Chamberlain still remains a paradox for the franchise. They drafted an all-time legend, watched him put up numbers no one has touched, yet couldn't keep him long enough to define an era.
Written tonight in Hershey. The big man has broken the record and he's gone for more. We're just conjecturing here how many can he make. The guesses are running as high as 100.
I think when he got up somewhere in late third quarter, fourth quarter, Dave Zinkoff, who was the announcer, was now starting to call every point.
Now, if we rank them worst to best, Fred Hetzel was the least impactful, and he faded quickly from most aficionados' memory. Next, Joe Barry Carroll produced numbers, but failed to lead. Likewise, Joe Smith had potential, but became a journeyman after leaving Golden State. Wilt Chamberlain was transformational, but most of his iconic success came after his Warriors years. This ranking proves that despite holding 4 #1 overall picks, the Warriors never truly built their kingdom through them. Practically, the Warriors' dynasty roots came from later picks like Steph Curry at number 7, Klay Thompson at number 11, and Draymond Green at number 35, and all are unexpected draft steals. So you see, a franchise doesn't always need the top selection to change its destiny. A solid core can be built through patience, vision, and taking chances on players overlooked by others.
With the 7th pick in the 2009 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry from Davidson College.
The Golden State Warriors select Klay Thompson from Washington State University.
Draymond Green from Michigan State University.
You play better with a chip on your shoulder and being passed all through the first round?
No, when I got to Michigan State, they said I would never play. You know, once I had a decent year, they said that's the best he'll ever do. But I'm somewhere where I'm going to fit in and where I'm wanted. And
from Hetzel's quick fade, Carroll's wasted potential, and Smith's short stint to Chamberlain's brief brilliance, the Warriors' #1 history is as complex as it gets. What do you think? Did the Warriors waste their chances with these top picks? or was the team's path always meant to be different? Comment below, hit like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and subscribe for more intriguing deep dives into the history of basketball.